Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back with another video. Back here with Stefan.
What's up, guys?
Back here with Arturo.
What's good?
And today we're going to be watching why I'm not moving back to the US after living in Germany for over 4 years. So this is going to be an interesting one into some of the pros of living in Germany. And actually, because visiting and living are two completely different things. So it's hard to get some insight into living, especially if I don't really know anyone who lives in Germany.
No, me neither.
So, you can hear about visiting, but actually living there,
Yeah.
This is going to be some cool insight. So hit the like button, guys. Hit subscribe. Let's get right into it.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Zoe Marie, and I film videos here on YouTube in the category lifestyle, travel, and fashion. Today's video is going to be 7 reasons why I'm not moving back to the United States. The sponsor of today's video is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of subscribers. To click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well as like this video if you like this type of content from me. It definitely helps me out and just shows that you support my channel. So let's just jump right into this with number 1. So I've been getting a lot of comments from some of my subscribers asking when I'm gonna go back to the States or if I'm gonna go back to the States, and that's basically the reason why I'm making this video, because from my perspective at this moment in time, I do not see myself ever moving back to the United States.
That's what I'm saying though. It's a trend. A lot of YouTube
videos. I thought it was why I'm moving back to the US.
Why I'm not.
Oh shit.
They're saying Germany was better.
And a taste of something different. And this is not to say that the United States is, just something totally bad. It's just my perspective and the reasons why I really love Germany and want to stay in Germany or in Europe. Number 1 is safety. I find the safety here in Germany completely different, obviously, than New York and New York City. But I actually feel as a woman quite safe in general here in Germany. I don't feel like I have to clutch my bag, clutch my pearls every time I'm walking down the street. I generally do feel very, very safe in the streets. Obviously, maybe there might be some stairs. More specifically, if I'm walking at night, obviously you need to keep yourself on guard. I'm not saying drop your guard when you're here in Germany, but I generally do feel safe. I always felt in the United States, especially in New York, because that's where I'm from, that
at nighttime,
you just have to keep your bag close to your chest. You just have to really look out. It could be different for other US states, but for New York, especially if I go into the city or if I'm just in a little rural area of New York, I just feel like I have to, watch out. And of course, this is not to say that crime and crazy stuff does not happen in Germany. It's just not so big as it is in the States, as it is in New York. Number 2, it's actually quite easy to go back to New York from Germany. Normally I would have a layover, for example, in either Paris or Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20 flight back to New York. So it's not like across the world. It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family, so it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany. On top of that, I do FaceTime with my family every day, so this deep homesickness doesn't really take me over. It's obviously there, but it doesn't overwhelm me because I do get the chance to visit my family often. Number 3, Germany is very, very family friendly. I mean, I've never been anywhere where it's just like so family oriented. I've never seen this before. And
you guys know that like little kids can walk alone on public streets? Like
Really
little kids, yeah.
Like how young are we talking here?
Like 4 or 5.
Wow,
Like
man.
in Berlin, the most popular city, like you can just walk down. So they are really family friendly. That's a fact.
Yeah,
everyone looks out for each other's kids.
Yeah,
I think that's what I've felt like.
For me, it kind of warms my heart because I do want to start a family, and I would love to start a family in Germany. And the fact that things are just so, child friendly. There's like little grandmas looking out the windows, watching the kids walk home, making sure, everybody's getting to where they need to get to. I don't know, I just feel like to have a family here in Germany, it would be really safe. For example, if I were to have a family in the States, I personally feel like I would never let my child walk home after school or even walk to school, and if they have to because of circumstances like I have to go to work, I would just be shaking because I would be in such fear. I have just seen such crazy things happening in New York with missing children and just that whole works. And here in Germany, it's not really a thing like that. You see kids, like little kids walking home, and it's just, everyone understands that it's just a safe environment. It's actually normal for kids to walk home alone, and they always get to their destinations. So
Wow.
I really do love that about Germany. I cannot wait to actually start a family here. The fourth thing why I would not leave Germany.
I was gonna say, like, human trafficking is like a huge thing in the U.S. Even though it doesn't get like a lot of publicity, it gets overlooked a lot. But it a lot of like kids go missing every year, and like the media exactly, and the media seems to just overlook it, kind of like they don't really talk about it that much, which is kind of weird. But that is definitely an important factor when you're looking at if you want to start a family somewhere, if you want to live somewhere the rest of your life. Like, yeah, the U.S. is not very good with that. Like, yeah, like you will get your kids snatched up if like dead ass. I'm like,
I mean, it depends on where you are.
That's true. Yeah, exactly.
But,
like,
yeah, there's a lot of craziness in the U.S.
Right. Yeah.
There's
like
a lot of weird stuff. It's just too many damn people. Too many places, bro. Like, we are a cultural melting pot in a sense.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a lot of forces fighting each other.
Yeah.
You get madness.
Right.
I like how like she said, like the grandmas will like, look out for other kids like that are outside and stuff. Like, I think that's cool.
Yeah, that definitely is heartwarming, honestly.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not really speaking from experience. Like, I think all of us grew up in pretty nice areas, honestly.
Yeah.
So we don't really get to see.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely like stuff that's like way worse stuff that goes on in the U.S. that we haven't seen personally.
We don't even know exists.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Germany is the school system. The school system in Germany is really, really, really good, as well as it's free. The aspect of paying for university in New York, you're paying like arm and your leg. That's
school
actually what it costs to go to university.
So
I think it's not right. I personally don't think that you should be paying for an education. I think a lot of things, but the point is in Germany you don't have to do that. If you're going to university, you can pay absolutely nothing for university, just the school fees, which could potentially be 500 to 600 euros, but I would pay that 600 euros definitely compared to a 30 grand tuition.
Compared to tuition here in the U.S.
Tuition here, over 100,000 euros for most people.
Yeah.
I'd say on average.
Bro,
some people like 200,000-300,000 euros,
yeah.
400,000 euros.
Especially if you want to get like the masters, if you want to go into like
med school.
Yeah, med school, law
school.
That loan, you sign your life away.
No, literally, like that's.
I feel bad for people who have loans, man.
I mean, some people it's worth it though because they become a doctor and make
and pay it off.
Right.
It's just like you're trading your 20s for
exactly.
the life after.
Yeah.
And it's worth it for some people, I guess.
Not for me.
Not for me, bro.
I need them scholarships. I'm not paying for loans, but
definitely. And I think if I have a family and I want to have maybe 3 kids, don't judge me, I want to have a lot of kids, but for example, if I want to have 3 kids and I have to support them through college and pay for their university degree, I would probably go bankrupt, I don't know, or eating rice for dinner, only rice, because I cannot afford anything else. It's just so expensive in New York to go to school, and I think I can say this for all of the states, it's expensive for a degree, and here in Germany that's something that you don't have to worry about. So the 5th thing is just going to be the higher standard of living. Every time a subscriber asks me why I would choose Germany over the US, one of the things that I mention is the higher standard of living. Coming from New York, where everything is just so expensive, I mean, it is just ridiculously expensive. I just read this online. Don't quote me on it, but New York City has just been called the most expensive city in the States, outranking San Francisco. Again, don't quote me on that. New York is just expensive, and the standard that you get for what you pay for is so little. You get basically nothing for your buck. And it just makes no sense. But here in Germany, you have a higher standard of living, as well as it's affordable. Your whole salary is not gone paying for your rent or your mortgage, and you can still afford to eat, and you can still afford to go out to dinner, go out with friends, it's all still very affordable. Things are taken care of here in Germany. For example, the roads. And this is just a funny story, but my dad and little sister did just visit me. They're already back in the States, but the first thing that my dad said to me was that, wow, what kind of like pavement, what kind of gravel thing are they using on the streets that their streets are so perfect and always perfect? How does it not get destroyed? And he's only saying that because in New York, I mean, like, New York, shame on you. The streets, shame on you. The streets in New York.
The potholes in New York are crazy. I've seen videos of people driving in New York.
For real?
And not just New York.
Yeah,
every American city, people complain about this.
Yeah.
Our infrastructure, there's just too much of it, bro.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, we do the best we can, but like, think about how many cities there are.
Yeah, and there's always construction or something going on. I feel like there's always fixing something. Now. Like literally.
I'm on college, bro.
No, literally, like right around us, like there's just you can't walk up. You probably walk a mile, and you'll be lucky if you don't see construction. Like honestly, like something's always just getting repaired, fixed. Like
yeah,
that's just how it is over here. That's kind of normal.
Yeah.
You don't really bat an eye.
That's kind of most cities. I feel like I feel like where I live, there's always been construction. Like my whole life.
Yeah.
Just never ends, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably lesser in like rural areas, but like we do live like more of an urban area.
No, sometimes though they be repairing those highways.
That's true. That's true.
But
it's everywhere.
Yeah, I think also like when she's making the comparison, higher standard of living, I don't know if it's fully accurate because she's coming from New York City.
Well, that's like the worst.
If you live in a little rural area, like you could argue that you're paying like what you spent $200K on a house,
right?
And a nice house, a decent house.
With like yeah.
Like I don't know how much that's gonna fly for in Germany, especially in some of the cities. So.
That's
yeah,
a good
she's
point.
only like talking about comparing it to one area she's lived in.
Yeah, I mean it still stands in some senses, but it's definitely a bit like exaggerated by her, I feel like.
New York, they're ghetto. I'm not even kidding. Potholes in New York will literally destroy your car. Literally, if you just drive into one pothole, your whole car could be destroyed. Here in Germany, those things are taken care of. So number 6 would be nature. Coming from Long Island, nature really wasn't a thing in my life. I never really looked out the window at the forest. There was no forest around me, or the mountains. There's no mountains around me. I never was really in that scene. And I wouldn't say I'm like super in that scene, but to actually live in nature and be surrounded by, you know, mountains and the Alps and things like that, it really just puts me personally like in a peaceful mindset to be able to wake up and see that, or to be able to just maybe walk 20 minutes and I can just walk into a forest or see horses. It really is something therapeutic for me, which I didn't have in New York, and I don't know if I would want to give that up again. You just have to see it and be in it to kind of understand what I mean. So the last point that I want to talk about is traveling. One of the bases of my channel.
Her point about nature, I might have to disagree with that. There's some beautiful natural areas in the U.S. That's just a New York experience.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, Germany, they did have some fire parks, like in the middle of cities, big parks.
Yeah.
And I don't know, something about it did feel a bit more natural. And they do have some beautiful. They got the Black Forest and Bavaria, the Alps down there.
Yeah.
But we got
a lot too.
We got all these state parks and stuff. So
yeah,
Grand
we do.
Canyon.
Right.
Yosemite.
Yeah, Yosemite.
Lake Tahoe.
So,
yeah, I feel like if you're in the inner city area, like around here, you're not gonna really see much of that. But even then though, like in DC, there's like cherry blossoms and stuff. Like, so I feel like there's always something. But I guess because I feel like her perspective is a little bit skewed because like New York is different.
Yeah,
it is really city like, just
urban,
busting with people.
Is a travel channel. It's partially a travel channel, and in New York, I mean, it just wasn't working. To travel anywhere, even within the States, it might cost you $1 or $2. But here in Germany, we're like kind of center in Europe, and I find that it's very easy to travel anywhere. It's not that expensive. And since my channel is partially a travel channel, this is something that I, need to do. I need to travel, as well as I love to travel. I want to see new places, but I also don't want to empty out my pockets because I don't have it like that. So I don't want to be emptying out my pockets just to go to northern Germany or just to go to the UK. I don't want to do that. And that's the luxury that I have living in Germany, is that I can travel freely, affordably, comfortably, and still have money to spend in the place that I'm going to, basically. So we've reached the end of the video. I hope you...
Honestly, the travel part is a fact, bro. Because Germany is like it's kind of smack in the middle. Not quite the middle, but so close to so many other places. Like it borders France.
Is that what you're talking about with the trains? Like how you can take a train like anywhere?
Yes,
That's
bro.
insane.
You can hop on a train, be in another country in 4 hours.
That's dope.
Multiple. You could go to Amsterdam from like West Germany, and then you could also hit Prague to the east.
Yeah.
Or boom, south, you're in France.
That's
like,
crazy.
There's so many places that are like literally in all of Europe. Everything else included in Europe.
It's like traveling through the States and the U.S.
Exactly. They're like states, but the language change.
The culture is completely different.
Bro.
Yeah, that's
think about it. Compare like Italy to Germany.
Right. It's
black and white, literally.
Yeah.
So
that's a huge benefit for sure.
And it's cheap too. The train prices they're super cheap. Right?
Yeah.
Like how much would you say?
Like to go from Berlin to Prague. Don't quote me on this, but it could be less than 100 euros, possibly.
Less than 100,
or around there. Yeah.
Wow.
If the thing is, they're cheaper the more you book in advance, and in Germany they be booking stuff like a year in advance, especially for music festivals. Like they go crazy with those. But anyways, what you guys think? You want to move to Germany?
I'd have to go there to.
You gotta try it.
Yeah, I gotta go see.
Yeah, visit
honestly.
First. It definitely seems like a cool place. So I feel like Germany's one of those countries like you kind of have to knock off your bucket list.
Yeah.
You know, like especially like it's like they got the beer. You know what I'm saying? It's just like German is such a cool language, and like I look like some of their food honestly, like the huge pretzels. Yeah, like that type of stuff. Like Frankhurst, whatever that.
Frankfurst.
Yeah, like that.
Or currywurst.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta try that, bro. That
seems fire. I love food, so.
I didn't try enough German food when I was there, so we'll have to run it back. But
sure.
Nah, but safety, big plus. You could definitely raise a family there.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want to see what the nightlife is looking like there.
Oh yeah, that nightlife wasn't even included, bro.
Yeah, but
that might
I've
be a
heard
separate
things
video.
about it.
That's a separate video. Yeah, he's heard things about it. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.
All right.
Peace.